There it is. Yep.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Enians. The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
All right, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Saturday Sports Show. My name is Ralph Williams, along with PENSMAN Sports and Bryan Pettitt. And I want to welcome back my good friend and colleague and co-host of the show, Leo Haggerty. Welcome back, Leo. It's great to be back. Have you back here on the rebrand of the Saturday Sports Show. How are you, Leo?
Well, I'm finally back in Tampa after seeing a lot of different cities and a lot of different football and basketball camps. But tell you what, it's a pleasure being on with the hardest working sports journalist on the East Coast.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You're the second person that told me that. Smoking Jim Frazier tells me that all the time. So,
well, I read it just like Jim wrote it for me to read. So I'm good.
Oh, there you go. That'll work. Hey, you're right. You know, you're exactly correct. All right, PENSMAN Sports, welcome to the show. PENSMAN, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's going on with you?
You can find me on PENSMAN Sports on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitch at PENSMAN07. And besides getting mad at the Yankees and getting frustrated, not much going on. So
there you go. All right, Bryan Pettitt from the Tiger Paw Network. I'm sorry, Tiger Stripes Network. Jeez, I keep getting that mixed up. I don't know why, but I do. Bryan, welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, it is finally football season, preseason. We got now until February, all football. So, you know, it's going to be one of them days where we got plenty of games today. That's what I'm going to do, watch a lot of football today. And no, you can find me on Tiger Stripes Media on YouTube and everywhere else. So.
All right. Okay. Those of you who are watching here today, this morning, I'm debuting my new hat. It says RW Media Productions on it. And I've got 10 of them as a trial thing. And down the road, I may be marketing them. So we will find out as we go. But right now, I have some a hat here, RW Media Productions. There you go. Check it out. It's my new hat. And so there you are. And pretty real soon here, probably in the next few months, you'll be able to buy one. I'm going to start marketing them. So, all right. So there you are, RW Media Productions. We're spreading out all over across the country and around the world. We're here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X platforms. The also on the Kick Network and the Huddle Sports Network as well. And we'll also be uploaded onto Amped Up Sports as well. All right, guys, let's get started here. NFL starting, preseason, college football. Football is here, like Bryan said, and so you know we need to do one of these things here because you know why football has started. So let's do it. There it is. All right, football has started. All right, let's start with you, Leo. Welcome back. Your thoughts on the NFL season as we start the preseason. Go, Leo.
Well, I get about excited about preseason football as I do about watching butter melt. And again, you got to understand the mentality here. Winning is not the prime directive. Now, I know everybody's sitting there listening going, oh, that's a sacrilege. You want to win every game. No, not in preseason. Winning is a nice sidelight, but you want to evaluate talent, especially those guys, second and third teamers. You want to see how they play when the lights go on and the gun goes off. So it's exhibition football, and it's only 3 games, which means that first month in September is almost going to be an extended preseason. In fact, I heard one of the McGorry twins yesterday say, you know what? Belichick treated September like it was an extended preseason. We wanted to be, and this was the most telling quote he made. We didn't care about playing in September. We cared about playing well after Thanksgiving. And that's what it means. But guys, football is back. I'll be at the Bucs Tennessee Titans game tonight at Raymond James, weather permitting. And that's what you always got to say when you're in the South in August and September. Mother Nature, she doesn't ask for permission to show up.
No, not at all. I thought I had it bad here in Maryland. Florida gets it even worse. So there you go. All right, guys, we're sponsored by Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studio, sponsor here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland, right outside Ocean City. 724-2010-500 Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. And we're also sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty here in Ocean City, Maryland. Call Mike today, area code 410-596-1681, Mike Dotson Realty. And we are also sponsored by, and I know this is the sports show, but this guy is a sponsor, Tony Moreno for mayor of Pittsburgh. Vote for Tony if you live in the Pittsburgh area. Tony's running for mayor against Corey O'Connor up in Pittsburgh. Tony Moreno for mayor of the city of Pittsburgh. All right, there we are. Okay, guys, PENSMAN, NFL, go ahead.
I don't get excited like Leo said. I don't get excited during preseason, but they just go see who makes the 53-man roster. That's pretty much what it is. If your team wins, great. If they lose, oh well. It's not end of the world. It's September 7th is when the real season begins, and then we'll see what the team's like. But I have an update of last night. If you guys were sleeping or didn't miss it because it's preseason, Norris did get hit in the head. He got carried off, had a broken neck, but he is conscious. He is talking, and so everything's good there. Last time I heard, he was just reviewing more tests. That's all. But he is still alive and talking. So just want to give you an update on that.
That was in the Detroit game, correct?
Detroit Atlanta Falcons game, yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta Falcons game. Yeah, exactly. All right, Brian, go ahead. NFL.
Well, last night, yeah, that was kind of bad that he did hurt his neck and everything, but so prayers go out to his family. But, it is, I mean, this time I like watching preseason because I want to see what the rookies do, the backups do, just because it's preseason, but it is football. So, that's just my kind of favorite. I agree with Haggerty. It is football season. And, in a couple of weeks, you got college football starting up really soon. And then you got all these press conferences. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a crazy year for college and NFL football this year. I think it's going to be crazy and wild.
You know what, Brian? I can make one statement about Clemson football right now that is true. In the opening game, a Tiger's going to win.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
What do you got, Brian? 2 Tigers playing against each other with the same name, huh?
Yeah, same name, same Death Valley. I mean, it's all going crazy down here, too.
Yeah,
I bet it is.
The only thing they change is the word go. Go.
Yeah.
G-E-A-U-X. Go Tigers.
Yep.
There you go. All right, you got that. You got that right down there. Okay, now I want to talk about the NFL a little bit. This year, the Steelers are lost a very key element to their announced team. Craig Wolfley passed away.
Oh,
Craig Wolfley was the color analyst with Rob King on the Steeler broadcast. And Rob King took over for the legend Bill Hillgrove this past year. Craig is up in the broadcasting heaven with his good friend and lineman Tunch Ilkin. I had the privilege of meeting Tunch Ilkin and Craig Wolfley in my life in the media in Pittsburgh. I have a picture that I will show next week with me and Craig Wolfley. We were at a Draft Nation event about 2 years ago. And, it was sad to see Wolf go. I'm not exactly sure who's taken over. I believe it could be Charlie Batch, former Detroit Lions quarterback and backup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Or it could be a few other people that they have in mind. I'm hearing Max Starks, former Steeler offensive lineman as well, who has a very good voice for radio, believe it or not. And he was the sideline reporter last year. So I'm thinking he could be elevated into that role as being the color analyst. But I want to say it's going to be rough not hearing Craig Wolfley's voice, who has been on the air with the Steelers for almost 20 years now, along with Tunch Ilkin. Tunch is up there, and now Craig Wolfley's up there as well. And the Steeler family lost a really good legend, not only just a football player, but also a very good broadcaster and a great community advocate for the homeless. So, it's going to be missed this year for the Steelers. But he's up there watching, and he's up there he'll be throwing his comments down to everybody as well from up there with the Lord. All right,
Ralph,
guys.
Ralph, real quick. Jim Lovett died yesterday. I don't know if anybody saw that.
Yeah, he was the former coach of the South Florida Bulls, right, Leo?
yeah. I didn't even hear that. Wow.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
I remember him.
I think it was yesterday or the day before. I read it last night before I went to bed. So, that's just a shame, that we lost another one, a good one this year. So we've lost a lot of good entertainment people and also coaches and, WWE and stuff. So, yeah, everybody. We've lost a lot of legends right now.
Brian, I didn't even know Jim Levitt was sick. Is this like a surprise, or was he sick?
I don't know, because I haven't read it. It just came on the feed line last night that he died. I don't know if he could have been sick or something. So it was just one of those things.
Wow. Yeah, I cover USF extensively, and they will have nothing again till Monday. But I know Coach Golich will touch on that for sure.
Yeah.
Cyberuski, I'm kind of calm. Not really, but it is what it is.
Okay, I'm looking up his profile right now, and I didn't see anything here. I'm on his profile. Hold on, he's with SMU now. He was their defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or the one, not Jim Love, the one that the astronaut.
Oh,
he died.
Yeah. I thought
you
you
meant
said
Jim Lovett. I'm mad.
He's with SMU now.
The heart beating again. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the moon guy. Okay.
Yeah, the moon guy. I didn't mean that. Yeah.
Don't give Leo a heart attack now, Brian. Come on.
I mean, you see me walking into a press conference Monday and go, "Hey, my condolences to the family of Jim Levitt who died." He didn't die. I go, "Oh God."
No, he's still the defensive coordinator with SMU. That's why that's why Pitt had problems beating them last year, and that's why they went to the championship game in the ACC. So and did well in the bowl game too. I think they played Penn State or something. They did pretty good. So
it wasn't Penn State because they played.
They played Penn State in something, didn't they, last year?
Yeah, they played in the first round.
First round. Okay.
Thing.
All those Southern schools were turned into icicles playing at Ohio State and Penn State.
Penn State, Michigan, yeah.
Notre Dame.
Ohio State, yeah.
A little chilly there.
You got it. That's it. The Southern teams didn't do too well. All right, guys, let's get started here. I'm not interested in the preseason with the NFL either. I just like to watch to see what the draft picks are going to do. And I always have a Cam Phenom or an undrafted guy that I always pick that I think could make the team. I haven't taken a look at who the Steelers have yet, but I will as far as we go. All right, welcome to the Saturday Sports Show here every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Our guests today are PENSMAN Sports and BRYAN Pettitt from the Tiger Stripes Network. Please follow and subscribe to their channels, and also Leo Haggerty to the Yamped Up Sports channel as well. Leo, I was watching the Sports Nuts, so you can also subscribe to them as well, and also follow them as well. I was checking their show out last night. Your colleague Peter Blake was on with them last night, and he was talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tampa sports as well. And I just want to let you know that, Leo. So
yeah, and Ralph, real quick, we just redid our entire website and we made it live yesterday. So it's been up for 1 day now, but we're really excited.
Oh,
about
good.
it.
I gotta get in touch with somebody with your with Amped Up Sports to see if we can.
You and Trace need to hook up real quick.
Yeah, we do. I do. I want to get hooked up real quick so we can start simulcasting on Amped Up Sports. So that way, this will be live on Amped Up Sports.
Yep.
So so I would like to do that. I'll make a phone call. I know who to get in touch with. So we'll go from there. All right, let's talk about college football. The season's getting ready to start. Pitt plays Duquesne, the Duquesne Dukes. Put up your Dukes, and they start their season at Acrisure Stadium in a couple of weeks. That ought to be an interesting, tough game. There's going to be a sellout crowd for that. So anyway, but Leo, South Florida Bulls, go ahead.
They've got a meat grinder of the first 3 games. They host Boise State on Thursday night.
Oh, my.
Then they go to Florida and to Miami. If they can survive those 3 games, I mean, you've got 3 top 25 teams you start the season with. Now, Coach Golis, they got some talent there now. They got Byron Brown at quarterback who is healthy, and that's going to be a big thing. And I'll tell you what, when you play South Florida, you better be prepared for an uber-fast offense. They're like Oregon on steroids. That's how fast they are. So you got to get ready for that. But those 3 games are going to be pivotal to the season. They've got to be competitive in all 3, and they've got to win at least 1, possibly 2, to stay in the conversation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to have to do that. That's tough. Boise State's offensive coordinator is Dirk Cutter. So, a familiar name with the Tampa Bay folks down there. So,
yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll have a chat with Dirk if he comes down, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, PENSMAN.
Look at your chat. Don't put it up, but just same thing that happened on Tuesday is happening right now as we speak.
Hey, Leo. Well, if I know that you followed that team down there in Florida, what is your high and low of that team if they do finish? What do you think? So, what would be your highs? The high win and the lows.
I got the Bulls. They've been 7-6 and won both bowl games the last 2 years. I think they can get to 9, but that's a stretch, and you got to stay healthy. In fact, they talked about how when they played Alabama, they only played 16 guys on defense the entire year, and that's a killer. You can't do that. You got to have depth. Now, they've gone out. They beefed up the defensive line. I think they can get to 9. The sad thing is I think they really easy can be 5-7 too.
Wow.
I got a gap of about 4 games. It all depends on, how they come out of those first 3, what they do with Memphis. They got Navy again. And,
Navy runs a high-powered offense. They've always run that, Leo. Oh, Navy's a tough team.
You know what? It's such a meat grinder, Ralph, because you're just not used. It's basically playing in a phone booth. 22 guys within 5 yards of the ball. And you're not going to out-physical Navy or Army. Luckily, they don't play both. They just play Navy this year. But you come out of that game, win or lose, you come out beat up. And that's the problem. You don't want one game to become 2 games in terms of if you lose that, you don't want it to roll over to the next week. But they've got what really, and really, Brian, why I'm saying, 5 wins to 9 wins, they have a lot of Thursday, Friday games this year. Last year, they were on Saturday. The problem is when you start to win, they want to put you on prime time. So that's not good. So they open up on Thursday. They got to, I think, 2 or 3 Friday night games, and maybe one of those is Thursday, coming off
Wow.
a bye week. So it's going to be an interesting season for the Bulls down here.
Yeah. Well, I have a
Okay.
friend that isn't a Bulls fan, so I'll just let you know. That's why.
Okay.
yeah.
Brian, Clemson and South Carolina. I don't know if you cover South Carolina like.
Oh, Ralph,
No.
you cannot throw South Carolina and Clemson together. You're going to get shot, right, Brian?
Oh yeah. You only cover one team. I mean, I do cover. I mean, I can talk a little bit. There's really out of South Carolina is they're waiting on the guy that actually is trying to get an extra year, but they can't. They still haven't got him yet. I think it's a running back. I don't know who his name is, but they're still trying to get him. But on the Clemson side, really not much happening. It's just that they're talking about the new defense, how he's developing guys. The weight has come off some of the guys, and they added more muscle mass. So and Cape Covington is this Cade. So, but Dabo, I heard yesterday that he said that everybody's trying to run to be a 16-0 team. Like everybody's trying to get to that point, a 16-0 team. But I think this year is going to be crazy. I'm picking for Clemson to actually lose 2 games this year. I don't know which 2 yet, but I think they'll slip up. But I think they'll go to the ACC championship and probably go to the first round and second round. So, and then from that, I don't know. But I think they'll lose 2 games somewhere there.
All right. Now, college football this year, it's going to be an interesting year. We're going to find out who is who's made of what, and who can do what. That's going to be the interesting part of this whole season for college football. It's going to be an amazing year. We're going to find out there's some coaches that could be on the bubble. There's I'm interested to see what Bill Belichick's going to do down in North Carolina. That's an interesting scenario there. Billy O'Brien up in Boston College. Let's take a look at some of them guys, former NFL coaches that are out there, and so we'll see what happens. I'm hearing Brent Fry from the Georgia Tech is on the bubble. I hear he's on eggshells. We're going to find out what's going on this year in the ACC and throughout the entire college football world. And what's going on. There's some coaches on the bubble, some teams that need to really do some things this year. Coach Prime with Colorado. We'll see where his team goes this year as well. He'll be in the spotlight. Go ahead, Brian. Do you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Yeah, it's going to be interesting down at North Carolina with Bill Belichick.
Yes.
And I'll tell you another thing is I'm going to take it a little further. Then is Brian Kelly on the hot seat? If he loses to Clemson and he loses a couple of those games, I'm just saying, like, I've been hearing talks about Brian Kelly being on the hot seat also, and some of the other names too that will be on the hot seats. The coach from Florida might be on the hot seat if they don't do good. So there's a lot that might be on the hot seat.
Bill Lanier, I think.
Yeah.
Coach
Well, Napier, Billy Napier.
Bill Napier. Yeah.
I think he'll be on the hot seat if he doesn't.
I'm hearing Nebraska might be good too. They could go 7-0.
Yeah, Matt Rule. He's got that team moving along up in Nebraska. Finally, since since way back when Tom Osborne, since he was the coach in Nebraska, they haven't been relevant for a long, long time. It's kind of like Pitt, more or less. Since Jackie Sherrill, they haven't been very relevant. So But Leo, go ahead. Were you going to say something? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that with college football, the biggest problem right now they have is with the college football playoff. They haven't determined what it's going to be yet. And what that's done is it's put all the bowl games in limbo. Everyone, not just, the lower bowls, everybody. Because until the college football playoff committee determines is it 12, 14, 16 teams, what it's going to be, none of these schools after this year have sponsorships or agreements with conferences. That's any bowl game. And believe me, the bowl teams, the bowl committees, and they are really upset about this. They want the NCAA, hey, if you don't know, just say, hey, we're staying with 12. We're going to push it to another year. But they've got to do something soon. because these they can't come up with sponsorship. They cannot get teams locked in, conferences, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it is. It's going to be really crazy this year. I'm curious to see when the NCAA is going to get their act together and get this transfer portal and this NIL straightened out and get it organized and put together in a structured way. That's a conversation for another day, and that's a long conversation. PENSMAN, go ahead with yours. Michigan.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, I talked about Nebraska in week 3 or
Nebraska.
4. Yeah, Michigan's going to play Nebraska, so we'll see about that one. We'll see how they do. I'm looking forward to seeing what the team does, and we'll see if Moore has what he had back a couple years ago when Harbaugh had that 2-game suspension. He did great then, but he did do good last year, so we'll see how he does. I'm looking forward to it, though. Michigan's always a fun year. It's always, and we'll see what happens with. Let's see if Michigan can beat Ohio State for the 6 years in a row. We'll see. I don't see it, but we'll see. Anything's possible.
Hey, I got a good story for everybody.
Let me ask you the $64 million question. Is this Penn State's year?
We'll see. Leo went somehow or another dashed out.
That's that what he means about $4 million question?
Penn State and then dashed out. Wow, that's crazy.
Is that what he meant about $4 million question?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll wait for Leo to come back up here in a minute. But yeah, I think Penn State. This is. I hope it's their year this year. They have a good quarterback. They always make it to a big bowl game. The interesting part about it is that Penn State's like some other teams in college football. Their expectation isn't to the highest. They should be trying to win a national championship like they did with Paterno. Instead, they're just worrying about, we're happy that they get to a bowl game every year. The goal in college football is to get to that national championship. It should be the goal for every college football team that's relevant, to go to the national championship in some perspective, whether it's Division II or whatever. That should be the big thing. Leo, you were asking about Penn State before you were off the air and rebooted.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, thanks for covering that, guys.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. All right. Let's get to our main topic of today. Our main topic today is we're going to talk about records that have never been broken. All right. Now let's take a look at some of these records, unbreakable records. All right. And let's start off with Jerry Rice. All right. Here, his record is in catches, I believe. He has 22,885 career receiving yards. That hasn't been broken yet. All right, let's go around here. Leo, go ahead with you first. We'll start with you first. Go ahead. Jerry Rice's record.
Well, that means, if you got 22,000 yards, you get 1,000 yards a season, which is really difficult to do. Now you're talking about 22 years playing the NFL. Nope, not happening. If you're even doing 1,500 yards, which is unheard of, nobody's going to come close to this. This is an unbreakable record. I totally agree.
All right, I forgot to mention here in the comments. Here we got D-Law 77. D-Law is welcome to the program. Thank you. I want to thank Cyberusky for his comments, Josh Dorr, and several others who are on the air today here with their comments as well. So I want to acknowledge everyone and say thank you for your comments. All right. Okay, let's go into Brian. Go ahead. Jerry Rice, you think his record will ever be broken for career receiving yards?
I don't think it's like Leo said. I don't think it will be broken because with the talent that they have now at receivers at all teams, you're going to have 3 or 4, maybe 2 people, and it's just hard to just capitalize with just one like the 49ers had back in the 80s with Jerry Rice. I mean, I just don't think it could be broken unless you just have a breakout season. But like I said, I don't think that it'll ever be broken.
All right, PENSMAN, go ahead. What do you think?
You guys are going to laugh at me, especially you, Ralph. Brian, I know you're going to laugh at me, but if Antonio Brown didn't get hit in Cincinnati and made him go bonkers, Antonio Brown might have gotten it. I don't know. The way he was going, he was averaging about 1,500 yards a year. So he probably would have. I don't know. But right now, the way things are going, they're averaging about 1,000 to 1,500 yards a season. It's going to come up way short. And the way that it's a lot, the league's a lot hitting harder now. As you saw last night, the Lions and Falcons game, they're hitting harder. So it's not going to be broken.
All right. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll be broken. And again, I do agree, PENSMAN, that Antonio Brown, if he didn't, if he had all his marbles, he probably could have broke that record. Okay. Antonio Brown was a good talent.
Yeah,
Here's the interesting thing, guys. Every time someone leaves the Steelers, like Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, several other people that have left over the years, end up becoming bums somewhere else. Some people have done well on their going elsewhere, but would change the scenery. But most of them have become bums, and he's one of them. So, all right, Wayne Gretzky, 1,963 career assists. Can anybody beat that? I think Sidney Crosby might. If Sid stays a few more years, his contract runs out in about 2 years, and he's talking about walking away. He's coming up on 20 years in the league. We'll start with you, Leo. Go ahead, Wayne Gretzky.
That may be reachable, guys, because I see number 86 down here with the Lightning on a regular basis, and Nikita Kucherov is the Magic Johnson of hockey. I have never seen a hockey player that has the inane ability, as the puck's coming to him, to look up, scan the ice, get back down, and get that puck right away. If he can play long enough, he's got a shot at it. Think about this now. He's the first winger ever in the history of NHL to have 100 assists in a season. And he usually goes between 70 and 80, and he's got 100 already 2 years ago. This is a possibility, but you got to stay healthy, and that's the biggest problem in the NHL.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, PENSMAN, go ahead. Wayne Gretzky, think his record could ever be broken?
I think that was reachable. Like you said, Sidney Crosby, even though he missed 2 or 3 years of concussion, I think he's still reachable. And what Leo said, that guy from Tampa, and he also forgot about Hedman too. Hedman's a good assistman too. Yeah. So just want to let you know about that, Leo. So I think this one's reachable.
Yeah, so do I. All right, Brian Pettitt, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's going to be reachable. From Wayne Gretzky years to now, they're scoring a lot more goals in the season. A lot. It's just it's not like it's 1-0 or 1-2. It's like 4 or 5 or 6. It could get up to, some of these scores are outrageous sometimes when you're watching hockey. And yeah, I think it could be broken with some of the young talent that's coming up. All you got to do is just pass the puck, and and somebody can score.
All right, let's move on here. Cy Young, 749 complete games pitching. Cy Young, and there's the Cy Young Award. Can anybody beat that? PENSMAN, we'll start with you. Go, Cy Young.
You had to hit this nerve, but no. the way managers are, and the way Tommy John and the way Tommy John surgeries are going, it's not reachable, not anymore.
No, not with all the analytics and quality. They call 5 innings a quality start and all that
pitch
stuff.
Count.
And pitch count, yeah, and all that. You're right about that. Okay, Brian, go ahead.
I don't think it'll be reached ever. I don't think, because when you're on a pinch count, the teams are going to go 80 pinch counts. There's no way. There's possibly, unless there's a young thing. But now you hear about these kids having. I thought I heard a kid the other day that has got Tommy John surgery on his arm already, and he's over the age of 12 years old. So now some of these, they're ruining these kids from that kind of surgery now with their arms, and they're ruining them.
Yeah. Now sometimes they're being cautious. Other times they're abusing the whole situation. Go ahead, Leo. Your thoughts on Cy Young?
Not no, heck no. Guys, let me give you 2 facts. Do you know how many? You know what the most complete games was last year in Major League?
No, I don't know. Good.
2. The
Wow.
most complete games was 2.
2.
This just doesn't happen. You know, they now, guys, I'm going to throw this out at you. Could you imagine a manager coming out to Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale, Bob Gibson, Juan Marichal, Robin Roberts, and say, well, you got to go out now because you reached the pitch count? There'd be a fist fight on the mound, literally. Robin Roberts had 26 complete games consecutively in one season. 26. You don't see guys having 26 in a career anymore. And again, like people said before me, it's all about the Benjamins. You can't afford for a guy, and analytics has ruined this. They say, oh, third time through the lineup. You know, teams that are starting to hit, 190 in the first time, 200, and then it's up to 260. We got to pull them out. I don't buy that. If the guy's pitching well, hey, it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
Morning, Bo. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
All right, hang on a minute. Let me see who's on.
Hey, Leo, and also you think about that. How many times do you think Greg Maddux would have come out if Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine and some of those old ones, Ryan back then when they couldn't go on a complete game and they're like, okay, you're at 80, now let's yank them out. We're going, and they can have a complete game or in their 7th inning. And they going, all right, here's 80 pitches, you're done, but you got a complete game going. I'm sorry, how would they feel?
Yeah, let me throw this out to you, Ralph. And the only reason I know this is I did it last week. The record for the most innings pitched in a season, we got to go back to 1895. Will White, 660. Now, there was no relief pitchers back then. You got the ball, you pitch. You've got to go to number 334 before you get anybody in the modern era. And that's 359 and a third innings by, when do you hear this? Wilbur Wood, the old knuckleballer from the White Sox. Nobody's even close to breaking 250 anymore. Just not going to happen, guys.
No, not anymore. It's not at all. All right.
My question is real quick. How are you going to determine Hall of Fame for pitchers now? That's going to be really tough for baseball writers.
Oh yeah, it is because as we mentioned earlier here, the pitch counts, analytics. There's just a lot of stuff going into that. I want to welcome Bo Crouch to the show. Talking football with Bo. Bo's been a guest on my Sports Corner show on Tuesday with myself and Smoke and Jim Frazier a few times to talk about the Seattle Seahawks when I do my round robin thing every year during the draft and during the football season where I get experts that come on. I also would like to have somebody come on and talk like I'm going to have Leo come on and talk next week when the Steelers play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a preseason game. So we're going to talk about that as well next Tuesday, or in fact, this coming Tuesday, actually. Yes. Leo, if you're available, I'd like you to come on, talk, because we're playing Tampa next Saturday. So, So that'll be at Acrisure Stadium, formerly known as Heinz Field. And, I want to let everyone know they have removed the Art Rooney statue from the outside of Acrisure Stadium, because he was in violation of the smoking ordinance. So,
wait, whoa.
Leo's got Leo's attention.
Back that trash truck up a second.
No, I'm just Leo. You know how if you've ever been to Heinz Field, you see the Art Rooney statue with the cigar. Okay, they remove this every year. They take the statue to get it clean. Okay. So I make the joke that they removed it because he was in violation of the smoking ordinance.
Ralph, can I say one thing quick?
Go ahead.
If you missed it last night, Gillette Stadium put a 12-foot statue of Tom Brady outside their stadium.
Oh my, for real?
So it's revealed the sunlight's hitting Brady now. Geez. So
wow,
Foxborough, you can love Tom Brady more than you already do. So just want to let you guys know about it.
Jeez, that's crazy. All right, guys. let's move on here. Wilt Chamberlain. All right, here we go. Now, Wilt Chamberlain, okay, 50.4 PPG in a single season, points per game. Can anyone beat that? Or can anyone come close to it? I've seen a lot of legends come and go, and it's still an unbreakable record right now. LeBron James probably could if he stays any longer. I don't even think he could do that. I don't think anyone's ever as far as past Wilt Chamberlain on this. Leo, go ahead with you first.
Wilt Chamberlain is the GOAT. And anybody who disagrees with that, the first question I ask them is, did you ever see Wilt play in person? No. If they say no, but nope. I say, well, that discredits you. There's no better. Wilt Chamberlain has 63 records in the NBA. This is one of them. Nobody's going to touch it. Nobody's going to come close. He scored 100 points one game, and they had to have a collusion. Kobe, at the end of his career, I think the other team said, we're going to let you just shoot all over the place. He got to 81. He's still 19 points short. Nobody's
Boston Celtics game. Yep.
Yeah. No one's gonna break this record. And the fact that everybody's saying, well, LeBron, Michael, no, Wilt Chamberlain's the GOAT. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, go ahead.
I don't think nobody will break it because Wilt Chamberlain was the GOAT behind Michael Jordan. You know, he's in front of, I think, Michael Jordan, and LeBron is way down the list on mine. So that would be my top two, but I don't think nobody's going to break that one. Unless it could be flagged, but I don't see it. There's no way.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag, really?
I was just messing with you. I don't think nobody's gonna break it, but you know.
No, I don't think so either. Because number one, Brian and guys, the NBA right now is not very good. All right, the stars are not there like they used to be. LeBron James is carrying the load right now, and so there really isn't a whole lot of talent there that I don't think could ever break that record. I really don't think it'll happen. And with the salary cap that they have and their poor marketing strategy and things like that, the NBA has kind of fallen off the wagon just a little bit. And I think that down the road, they're going to need to get themselves back up. Now, marketing, they have managed to secure a contract with NBC and get off of TNT and TBS. They've managed to do that, which is a good thing. Okay. Because now they're on national TV, on NBC. If you have a converter box, have cable, you can watch them. That's going to be a great thing, them getting back with NBC. That's going to help them a little bit with a little more marketing, publicity. And maybe with that, somebody could break this record down the road. We'll see. I don't think so. It's still there. All right, next, Boston Celtics, 8 straight NBA titles. I will never see that happen. Not only anyone with the day and age of the NBA right now could do that. Start with you, PENSMAN. Go ahead.
No way. No way. If you're going to do that, you better learn how to draft properly, and you better get no injuries or something.
Keep your fingers crossed and say a prayer.
That's not going to happen. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the last one. No one's going to touch the 50 points because Iverson got it a couple times. Jordan touched it, Kobe touched it, but didn't do it consistent. They were averaging 30 points, 40 points, but that's the best somebody's going to do in the league. But nobody's going to touch the Boston Celtics and title records. So,
oh yeah. All right, next, Leo, go ahead.
The only team that has even a smidgen of a chance for that is Oklahoma City, and here's why: they're so young. And their contracts are so locked in, and they must have 10 draft picks in the next 2 or 3 years. But still, it's almost inconceivable to think you're going to play 82 games, then you're going to win 16 more games. Not just play them, you're going to win them. So you're going to be playing over 100 games just to do that. But no, it's possible. But a snowball's chance and where of happening.
Oh, you got that right. Brian, go ahead.
I don't think it'd be broken. I mean, for winning 8 straight, that you have to have luck, like PENSMAN said, and Ralph, you did too, Leo. you got to have the
Yeah.
luck of the draw. You have to have good draft picks. You have to have a heck of a team. And like Leo said, you got to win at least 100 games now. If you're going to do that, you better win 200 games straight or something like that. But with everything going on with the salary cap, with that, with all the chaos that happens in basketball, no, it didn't ever be touched.
All right, we're going to go into this, and then we got to go back to baseball because we got two more in baseball that I left out here. But let's go. All right, with Simone Biles, gymnastics, 19 world gymnastics gold medals. Okay, listen, I'm happy she's done this. I really am. I wasn't happy when the last Olympics she copped out because she said she was having some mental issues or some family issues. I don't know what happened. And she copped out and left her team in the lurch. Okay. I have a problem with when athletes do that kind of stuff. But she came back. She won these medals. We'll start with you, Brian. Go ahead.
She's actually a good performance on the gymnastics, and I don't think
Right.
they'll touch her. But me watching her, she's just got a different attitude. I mean, she is well known. She's good, even though that she did have some things wrong with her. But I think they'll keep going up. I think she'll win this year. I think she'll win it this year. Another title for her.
Yeah,
So,
that could
yeah,
happen.
another gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's
I'm not
she's still
saying
young
I
too.
don't like the woman. I'm just saying that I was just not happy with the fact that at the
Yeah.
last minute she left her team in the lurch. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
But I think
So,
she's young. I think she'll get a couple more before the end of the thing.
I believe that. Yeah, that could
Yeah.
happen. I don't know if her record could be broken either. I don't know if there's anyone out there that's as good as she is.
Yeah.
Okay, PENSMAN Sports, good.
I need your help with this one. There is a
Good.
snowboarder, and he is awesome. But do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't get into snowboarding, but I
Okay,
can
but
find
but
out.
there's a Brian. Do you know? Because there's a snowboarder. I forget what his name is, but he's got a lot of gold medals. But that's the one that's gonna get close to him. He's really good, but I forget what his name is. I think his name's
Oh,
White. I think, but I
okay.
think that's the. I
Yeah,
think
the
is that was.
redheaded guy. The redheaded guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Leo knows who I'm talking about, but that's the only one that's gonna get close to that record. But she's got to be injured and miss out a couple years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But all right, Leo, go ahead with Simone Biles.
Ralph, I'm going to respectfully correct you on leaving a team in the lurch there, and only because my daughter was a level 10 elite gymnast. And
Okay.
she got the twisties like Simone Biles did.
Okay.
It took my daughter over a year to get rid of them. And when
Wow.
she got it, first thing my daughter said is she's not going to be able to compete. I mean, that night, I said, why is that? Said, this doesn't go away because it's all between your ears. And now you got to try and work your way through it. It doesn't happen right away. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. You have to. It takes a while to recover from stuff like that, Leo. I understand
yeah,
that, but I'm.
yeah. It just, it looked like, hey, she's walking, she's talking. She doesn't have a brother. It's not like Terry Struggs. She's got a cast on or anything. But believe me, once that hits you, it's trouble. I think Father Time, who's undefeated, is going to be her biggest adversary because she's competing now against, 16, 17, 15, 14-year-old people. And she's got the body of a woman now, not of a girl. And that's a little bit tougher to move around.
All right. Next. All right. Let's get back into two in baseball. Let's go with Cal Ripken, 2,832 consecutive games played, and then Ricky Henderson, 1,406 career stolen bases. We'll start with you, Leo. Can any of that be broken? Go ahead.
Well, nobody's going to break the first one. That's just
Okay.
not going to happen because of, they just don't play 182 games anymore. It just doesn't
Right.
happen. The second one's possible, but it's going to be like 10 or 20 years from now because with the bigger bases, we're starting to see people more interested in stealing. But the first one is definitely a no. The second one is a almost a convincing no.
All right. Brian, go ahead.
I don't think any of them. I don't think they'll be broken at all. This is my thing. I mean, you're just gonna have to have one guy still in a lot of bases. That's gonna be, and also you got to think about this too. And I don't know back then, but also you got people analyzing you when you steal and everything. They're gonna keep a record of that too. Like if one guy breaks out and says, "Oh, he's got 10 steals in a season," then they're gonna key on it and say, "Hey, watch this guy." And then you're gonna try to, they're gonna keep an eye on it. So now you got stats on stealing bases, but both of them they could be broken, but I think the first one, like Leo said, it won't be broken, but the second one probably, but we'll have to see. But it's going to be a long time for that to happen.
Okay, let's get into Michael Phelps, and then we'll go into a college basketball team here.
Hey, Ralph, let PENSMAN have a shot at that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, PENSMAN. Jeez, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. The players like to have rest days. They like to play. They have 3 or 4 days, and they're like, "Oh, I'm too tired." And I don't know. That one's not going to, because of all the players are babies. And Ricky Henderson's record, maybe, because I always say there's always another legend in the draft somewhere. So we'll see what happens with that one. I think that will, but it's going to be a long time. The Ricky Henderson Jr. is going to be found.
All right, next we're going into Michael Phelps, 28 Olympic medals. Can that be beat? I don't think so. That's a lot of medals. I'll start with you, PENSMAN. Go.
No, what Michael Phelps did is phenomenal, and that's not going to be broken. So,
all right, Leo.
No.
All right, a simple no. That's
no.
all.
Yeah. No.
No. All right. Go ahead, Brian.
I don't think that would be broken, because for swimming with him, he's the goat at swimming. So no, I don't think it'll ever be broken.
All right, UConn Huskies women's basketball team, 111 game winning streak. Can that be broken? I highly doubt that one. Go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, it could, but the problem is with basketball. Not the problem, but the good thing about basketball is they play really difficult schedules. They're not afraid of taking on teams like in football, where you got to get 4 or 5 cupcakes to fill out your schedule. That doesn't happen in basketball. You go see that, and that's not going to happen anymore, because the level of play in women's basketball has increased exponentially, and men with the one and doners, it's just you're recruiting a whole different team every year. USF, after Coach Amir died, they finished out last year. New coach comes in, 13 of the 15 guys are transferred.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. There's no stability anymore, Leo. So that's why it's not going to be broken. There's just no more stability in college athletics anymore, because of the NIL and the transfer portal and all that. Until it gets straightened out, it's not going to happen. All right, our last and final, Emmitt Smith, 355 yards, career rushing yards. Can that be broken? I'm sorry, 18,000. Yeah, 355. Can that be broken? Maybe, but a lot of teams don't run the football that much anymore. It's all passing. So we'll start with you, Brian. Go ahead.
It could be broken, but you're right, Ralph. I don't think it could be broken, but maybe we'll have to see. With a lot of these teams running and getting hurt, because a lot of them are now getting hurt. I mean, they only last once you turn pro in the NFL as a running back, you only got until you're 30-something years old, and then you're just that's the average of what a running back lasts. You can't do like Tom Brady and some of the other ones that are 40-something years old past their prime.
Right.
So the average of a running back in the NFL is probably a 30, and they're retired. And it just takes a lot of things. And
Yes.
they only give. I think the average last year was over 100 and something yards. So no, I don't. I mean, you got to have a 300-yard breakout or 200, but no, it's more best passing than running in these years.
Yeah, and also, too, you have to remember a lot of guys are getting out of football earlier now. They're not playing 12, 14, 15, 16 years. They're getting out after 6, 8 years. They're banking their money. They're getting as many bonuses as they can. They're getting guaranteed money as much as they can. They're banking their money now. And then, like Chuck Noll used to say, don't make football your life's work. And, so find something else to do. And most of the players in his era have all gone out. They have their own businesses. They do different things in the community. There's a lot of things. We could sit here all day and I could tell you everything about all the Steelers and what they do, with their businesses and things like that from what Chuck Noll said. All right, go PENSMAN. You're next. Go ahead. You think Emmitt Smith's record will be broken?
I'm going to shock the world here. I'm going to give him credit.
Yes.
I'm going to give it credit where it's due, but I say
Right.
yes. I say yes. It's going to be credit because of the Philadelphia Eagles. What they did with Saquon Barkley, what they're doing with Barkley is amazing. And while I wish other teams would do it, it kills me. It really does. I hate the Eagles with a passion. Anybody that knows me, I hate them. But what they're doing with Barkley,
like the Eagles.
no. No, with that offensive line and with Barkley would have broken Dickerson's record last year if they didn't rest him against the Giants. So
yeah,
it's possible.
Exactly. Eric Dickerson, man, I miss that guy. He was one heck of a running back. Oh my gosh!
If the Eagles keep doing what they're doing with Barkley, it's possible.
All right, Leo, go ahead.
Well, guys, I suggest to all my listeners and readers always to do the math. So if we're talking 18,000 yards and you get 1,500 a year, that's 16 years. You get 2,000 a year, that's 9 years. Yeah, it's a nice thought that maybe it could happen, but I just don't see it because running backs, they go down faster than the French army in World War II. So that is just, it's not going to happen. It'd be nice to think about. But, guys, I'm going to throw this one out at you because there's a shot at a record I thought would never be broken can happen next year. The Buffalo Bills going to 4 consecutive Super Bowls. The Chiefs
the Chiefs and losing them, too. That's the interesting one.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, going to 4 straight, I never thought we'd see that. The Chiefs had a shot at it. But I'll tell you what, with Buffalo and Baltimore, the Chargers getting better, I just don't see the Chiefs going to a 4th one, but that's a possibility.
Oh, I see what you're saying there. All right. This afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m. Don't forget this part of the triple header, Ralph, and we wrap it up with the Sports Corner radio show at 2 to 3 p.m. every single Saturday, 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial. With me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. We have a lot to talk about, and we will be talking about the Pirates, the Steelers, and a whole lot more on the Sports Corner radio show. And just a reminder to everybody, I just renewed my contract with 12:50 a.m. The Answer. Both the show I do with Tony Moreno and the Sports Corner radio show will both be on until March of next year. And if you're interested in any sponsorship advertising, please feel free to email me at ralphwilliams737@gmail.com, and we will discuss rates. All right, let's close it up here. Final thoughts, and tell us how they can get a hold of you. Start with you, PENSMAN. Go ahead.
You can find me on YouTube at PENSMAN Sports. I have 861 subscribers. Please help me get to that 1,000 before the week 1 of the NFL season. Me and Brian down there are going to do some college football and NFL action very shortly, so subscribe to his channel as well. So I don't want you missing anything on my channel.
All right. Also, all right, Brian Pettitt, go ahead. Tell us how they can get a hold of you and final thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a great stream. You can find me on YouTube at Tiger Stripes Media and on X at Brian Pettitt 34. So, and yeah, PENSMAN's right. We're going to do a lot of coverage football and everything. And don't forget tonight or this afternoon, we got a lot of NFL games on today. As they take
preseason.
Preseasons. And some
Yeah,
good
NFL
games on tonight
Network.
too. Yeah, and there's some
Yeah,
good games on this afternoon.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm going to be checking some of those games out. Also, the Steelers play tonight at 7:00, and if you're in the Pittsburgh area, it'll be on Channel 2, and the play-by-play will be Bob Pompiani with his color analyst Charlie Batch. So, all right, Leo, go ahead with your final thoughts and how everyone can get a hold of you.
Well, I'm glad Jim Levitt's still alive. So that's
Yeah,
that's
we got
good.
the wrong Jim Levitt there, man.
Boy, I'll
Yes.
tell you what, that had me scared. That and I'm glad Mr. Rooney's statue's still in front of the stadium.
Yeah.
But
No, that's a joke I tell once in a while.
hey, you got me. That wide mouth bass gets you there. But go to ampedupsports.com. Go to YouTube. We post videos daily and sometimes multiple ones. And now that the NFL is starting, look for Leo's Losers to come at the end of the month. And it's guys, are you ready for some football? I sure as heck am.
Oh, I'm ready. I can't wait. All right, you can get a hold of me I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X platforms, and also on the Kick Network and the Huddle Sports Network. And soon I will be in contact with Amped Up Sports. We're going to be simulcasting on their website. And also, I'm working on some other stuff. I want to thank the Sports Nuts. I had a conversation with someone last night, and we're going to start working with them. And we got a lot going on with RW Media Productions. Please check out all my archive shows on YouTube. Please tune into Leo's stuff on Amped Up Sports. Also, don't forget to tune into PENSMAN Sports. Subscribe. Please follow us on our Twitter pages as well. Bryan Pettitt as well on the Tiger Stripes Network. For Bryan Pettitt, PENSMAN Sports, and my co-host Leo Haggerty, I want to thank everyone for being part of the show today. And until next Saturday, everybody have yourself a great weekend, and please be safe.
Take care, everybody.
Yep.